recruits and everything like that, but she doesn't really do virtual parties. Wow, you look gorgeous, Genevieve.
I can't see her.
She has her like profile, like her professional picture showing.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, there you are. Wow, you are all done up today.
What?
You are all done up today.
Who is?
You. It was your
picture.
Oh, my profile picture? Yeah.
Oh, there.
My makeup and my hair. This is the real me.
This is the
Oh, you're cutting out. Is it just, hang on. Let me see what's going on here. Everybody froze up.
Yeah, it's fun. It's called UJam. It's really fun.
There, now
I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
UJam?
How's it going, Hannah?
Yeah, it's called
Good. Congratulations on your month end and getting all your, what did I see for you? Trifecta?
Oh, yeah. I was like, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I swear, it was just, I wish I could have a do-over. I'm like, there was so many good things that happened, but there just wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
That Mexico trip really put me behind. I felt like I came back and I was just, yeah. But thank you. I appreciate it. So, how about you, ladies?
What's that?
What did you end up doing for excellence, Hannah?
Sales.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was at the last minute a couple months ago, I thought I might have a shot at actually developing. And it all had to happen way too quickly. So
yeah. That one always sneaks up on me because you have to have them done by May 1st. So
yeah.
You think you have more time and you really don't. So
yeah.
Yvonne, you had a trifecta, didn't you? Yvonne?
Yeah, I earned trifecta also.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's the first time I earned it in multiple categories. So,
Good for you.
Very
That's
exciting.
awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Maria? What's going on with you?
Well, no excellence awards, so.
There's always next year. We just restarted.
Exactly. I had to make a decision.
Well, good.
Yes, today's the first day of the rest of our lives. Yes.
I know. It always feels good when we get a reset on it. And although I really hate when the numbers go back to 0 because it's just like, oh my gosh. Just seems like we have so much to do, but it's good. All right.
Yes.
Well, so what do you guys want to talk about today? What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? What's going on? What's going well? Do we want to just go around and share stuff, or do we have particular questions or topics we want to talk about?
Well, I did have a director promotion last month, so that was exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But so I'm curious to know how you guys like to celebrate that. So she's not local to me, so she'll be.
That's a great question. I would love to talk about that because I feel like last year I did too much. This year I'm like trying to bring it back down, and because the more promotions you have, right? I mean, you get really excited when you have one, and I'm like, freaking awesome. And then I go way overboard, and then I realize I have to keep up with it. And then I feel like sometimes I'm not doing enough, and I'm not making a big enough deal out of it. So I would love to hear what you guys say about that. So, Yvonne, what do you do for promotions?
Yeah, we had a few in April. And all of mine are long distance, so it is harder because of that. So what I did was I sent them like half a dozen red roses through like 1-800-Flowers or whatever. So hey Jody, the roses are supposed to represent each one on their team. Sometimes they have more on their team. But so I just do that. I send them a card. I send them, I also send them like to start off with their recognition. So I don't know how you guys do like team recognition, but we do like top 3 in sales gets postcards and ribbons and stuff like that. So I sent them like for the first 3 months, like some ribbons and postcard recognition and stuff like that so they can share with their team. Trying to think what else. I have it written down somewhere, but I know I do those two things. I can't. And then we got the certificate from Pampered Chef like later, but I framed that and sent it to them because they have you sign it.
So, question, the other thing I would love to find out what you guys are doing with director promotions is what do you do for a re-promote? Because that's the other thing I struggle with is I've had a couple re-promotes lately, and I want to celebrate them just as much because, I mean, they had to, work hard to re-promote, but at the same time, I feel like one of them happened within a year, like less than a year from when she first promoted, and I'm like, I don't want to turn around and dish all that back out again, so...
Yeah.
Have you had a re-promote, Yvonne? What are you doing for that?
You know what? I've only had a re-promote in my second line, and so I don't know. I have to ask my first line what she did for her for that. Because yeah, like you said, she like the first time she promoted it was like, woo, party, like we had a big party, and all that stuff. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, we can't do that every time. And plus when I moved away, we couldn't do that anymore anyway. So I don't know what she did. I'll have to ask her what she did when she re-promoted.
And what do you do for second gen promotes? Because that's the other thing is I struggle with is I feel like I want to do something significant for them too, and I want it to be fair, but I also feel like the first gen directors need to step up and kind of take ownership on that.
Yeah, first gen directors, I mostly have them handle all the recognition, but just because I feel like, you know what, we get, what is it? How much is it? 400?
500.
Right? For when they promote, I feel like I need to do something for them. So I think I gave her like a $50, I gave my second gen a $50 gift card to a restaurant and just said, enjoy a celebration on me or something like that. And then I had a third gen promotion and I think I did a $25 one for her. So I don't know. I'm not good with the whole recognition thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm one extreme or the other. Like I'm doing way too much or I'm doing way too less. I feel like that sometimes, like you're saying.
Yep, it is. It's tricky.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm so like OCD in my mind. So everything has to match and everything has to be even, like for everybody, So I call myself CDO. That way it's alphabetically in order, So I have to be like, everyone has to have the same, I have to do the same thing for everybody every time. And I do think like that, like, if we have 6 promotions, in 2 or 3 months, like, you can't do this big extravagant thing. And I talked to my upline director too, and she was like, the execs, they don't do that. And they don't do all this recognition. Like, I think you're doing too much. And I'm like, I want to though, it's like, I'm like, we get a lot of money from them. Like, I just, especially when those second gens promote, that's a lot of extra money. I feel like, gosh, we got to do something.
Yeah, but the reason that we get the $500 bonus is because it does affect our paycheck long term. So, I mean, you want to make sure and, I don't know. Maria,
I know it's a hard line because my upline, she doesn't recognize anybody but her first line. She doesn't recognize her second or third lines or anything. And my second and, my first line, like, she's been like really offended by that. And I'm just like, I don't know. You got to set up something that you feel is fair.
I've always been taught whatever we start, it has to be, you have to imagine that you have a team of like 500 people. So,
exactly. Yeah.
So I have 3 answers to, I think, the 3 questions. One was just for a normal promotion. I do a lot of heartfelt things, letters from the husbands or from the parents, or I try and get a lot of, which is all free, but it's heartfelt. Trying to get, whether it's a video or a card or just from the best friend or the support person, whatever there. When it's a re-promote, it's just like a hug up front and a, there's no trinkets, but it is a recognition and, some type of praise to that person on how they fought back or whatever.
Yeah.
And, what was the other one? The second gen?
So first time promotions, re-promotions, and then second, third gen, stuff like that.
Yeah, and those are just handwritten notes with a gift card because I don't want to take in my mind, I don't want to take the limelight away from the first gen director who should be putting that second gen, you know, on the pedestal. I don't want it to be like, oh, the only person that can do a celebration is Maria, you know, so I do leave all that trinket up to them, and then I do the heartfelt note with a gift card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a upline that we have not gotten. I mean, she's very, it's all business. And so I'm trying to find that balance of showing love, but also keeping it business.
So what's the amount of the gift cards that you do?
It's $25 for the second gen.
Okay.
And I also, and you talk about the 500, but I'm a kind of a spontaneous gift giver per se. So even the second gen directors, you know, I might get a wild hair in September and send everybody a fall floral table thing or something, you know, so just because I don't bless them right at the time of the promotion, I do sporadic things throughout the year that are maybe more personal and not at that time of.
Like a random act of kindness.
That's it.
I like that. That's a good idea.
I know. And they don't.
One time I sent, in November last year, I sent the Ohio State, who's that the Ohio State football coach that wrote a book. I sent him all that book through Amazon, you know, so I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything, but I posted in the director group, you know, watch your mailboxes, and then they all got a book, you know, so just, I'll do things like that more inconsistently. And I do keep track of all of it in Evernote, because otherwise then I forget.
That's a good idea. I like the idea of posting on the team page too, to let them know, so that way people might be more eager to promote, knowing that you're sending little gifties like that. So
there's bells and whistles, perks.
Jody, what's going on? We keep losing you. Jody.
She looks like she's on mute too.
She's on mute, and now we can't see her. All right, well, we'll let her know. All right, Hannah, what are you doing for promotions?
I'm figuring it out right now. Like, how am I promoting, or am I going to promote?
Oh, she just got a call from her son's school. She has to go. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that message, but can you see Jody's message?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Jody.
Bye, Jody. Okay, Hannah. Sorry.
I always feel like Brady Bunch when we do this. Sorry.
What?
I feel like Brady Bunch because we're all like in the squares.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I actually have. I have a question, and then I'll answer your question, or try to answer your question, Jenny.
Sure.
But Maria, was it you that did the Facebook Live interview on your team page?
Yes. Well, no, not yet. The two people, where you can pull up two people. Yes.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it yet.
Okay. I was just curious to hear how that went.
Yeah.
And if you could even do more than one. Can you do more than two, do you think? We looked into that?
The way I understand it is just one, but I'll find out when we go live.
Yeah.
And I think if you just sweep or something to the left, and you sweep over, and who's ever live there with, who's ever watching you live, you can click on that person and then they join you in.
So cool.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll do something. I'll use that somehow with this new director to recognize her on our team page for like recognition. That'll be fun to have us both live.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what was your question, Genevieve? How am I promoting, or what am I doing?
Is this your first promotion? You've
Second,
had director. Okay.
First in like ages. I've had a director with me for, I don't know, 10 years. This is finally my next.
Well, do you want me to share what I do first, and then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for director promotions, what I usually do is, I'm lucky that so far all of them have been local to me so far. So I always do a big bunch of flowers at the team meeting. And then I always have a cake. I wish I could say I make it, but half the time I end up buying it because I run out of time before a team meeting. So I usually just go get a really nice cake and then a big bunch of flowers. And I do a big celebration. I talk about a lot of the stuff that the home office does for them too. You know, the new products, the Pampered Chef dollars, walking stage, because I want them to realize like all the benefits they get for promoting to directors. So that way, you know, it inspires others too. The more director promotions we have, the more it seems to inspire other people to want to do it. So, so that's what we do at the meeting. Then what I do too is then I also take them out to lunch and I have a gift for them. I take them out to lunch and celebrate. That's a great time for us to talk about what they can do to maintain that promotion, because that's always their next fear is like, now what? And so we have a really, really great time to be able to talk and have that one-on-one time to talk over lunch about how to maintain that promotion. And then I have a gift. Sometimes I've done, like, I found these really neat necklaces one time and I picked up like, you know, 3 or 4, so I had them on hand. I've seen different bracelets that have nice quotes on them, or I don't know. I found one that was like what's the mugs that are like Best Boss or something like that, or, you know, favorite boss. So I put that on there. So I usually put like a little gift together and then take them to lunch and have that personal one-on-one time. Now, last year what I did, and I love this idea, but this is where I'm a little afraid to keep going with it, so I don't know that I'm going to do it this year. But last year I also took them out shopping before conference, in the months before conference, and bought them a red dress to walk stage in.
No.
And that was super fun because you get that time with them and that bonding and stuff. But it got kind of expensive. So I had 2 promotions last year, so it wasn't too bad, but I already have 4 this year. So I'm a little afraid of doing that.
Yeah.
So
I am a red scarf.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm even thinking about just nixing that part altogether, because
that's really generous.
Well, and it was so fun. That's why I'm like, I love doing that. Like, I love shopping with them. I love being able to, you know, make it special for them and make them feel special when they walk stage. But, you know, like, it's one thing if they were to find a $50 dress, but like one of the girls last year, her dress was like $140, and I'm like, okay, hindsight, I should have like put a cap on it.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't think that one through. So
we actually buy crowns for them to walk stage.
I did that a few years ago. I did like boas and crowns, and so I might do something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I got to think about how to make it special for them at conference, because it really was fun buying the dresses. But
yeah, for second one, I did a sash from the Ribbon Place.
Okay, where's that at?
Ribbon Place is it's online, but it's in New Mexico.
It's in Albuquerque.
Is it really?
Yes.
Who knew?
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say, isn't that where you are? Yeah, Ribbon Place. Yeah, that's what I did.
You've never heard from there?
No. Okay, so it's a place in Albuquerque, and it's called the Ribbon Place?
Yeah, and
I think they're just all online. I don't think they have a store.
But they're partnered with Pampered Chef in some way, because they do our Pampered Chef logo, and they have to, like, you know, everything is approved by Pampered Chef. Like when I do all the ribbons and stuff, it's all the Pampered Chef logos on there.
Okay. I'll go look into that, because that might be more fun, is to do a sash this year. So
yeah, they're only like, I want to say like maybe 17, something like that.
It's just the ribbonplace.com.
Okay, I'll go look at that. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
So, well, and we do like the other thing. Well, that's a different topic. I was just going to talk about what we do at conference, but let's finish this discussion first. So, re-promotes, I'm kind of struggling with. I still did the flowers and the cake because I still wanted them to feel special at the meeting, but I didn't do the lunch or the gifty. So. And then I haven't had a second gen promote in eons, so I don't even know what I'm going to do for that. I like the idea of the card and the gift card, because then the director can take over and do the special stuff. So I think that might be where I go with that. So
Okay, so sorry, I got something.
I'm like, what?
So let me ask you guys this then, because I am anticipating the director that just promoted her to have a promotion within her team next month.
Woo! Awesome.
So I know I'm excited, but I feel like it's too soon for me to have her. She's at that stage right now where now she's just worried about maintaining directorship to start say, okay, now here's what you need to do. Like, I think
when I hear you say that, all the more reason to keep what you do reproducible.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Because I've done that too, where I feel like, oh, well, they're new. Like, I don't want to. No, I mean, if they're going to be
you're cutting her off at the legs, and you're not letting her be the leader.
Right.
And all you have to do is just present and say, this is what I normally do for my director promotions, but this is a great time for you to decide what you'd like to do for your team. Like, if you want to do the same thing, or if you want to come up with your own thing, like, they don't have to make it the same, but I think it's worth having that discussion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
I mean, because she's going to get paid on that, and then she's going to get the money, so she needs to do something and take ownership of that.
Right. Good. Okay, thank you. Because I already can feel myself like I'm going to baby her. And I should not. So thank you.
I know. We all do it. Believe me. It's so hard because you want to, I get it.
So can I ask, this might be kind of moving topics though, so I don't know if you guys want to do that.
No, I'm good. I'm good there. So.
Okay. What kind of groups and communication do you guys have with your director team? That's my next thing that I'm thinking of, like creating a director group, kind of. And again, they're not going to be local, so I know Yvonne, you have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Do you do like a director team page, and what kind of stuff? How frequently are you communicating with them?
I told them that when we promoted to a senior director team that I would finally do a team page, because I felt like we already have a personal team page, I already have an organization page. So I just started a director team page last month, I guess it was. And it actually, I don't post a lot in there, honestly. It's more like, this is our, because we actually do Zoom calls twice a month. So, okay, here's the Zoom information, blah, blah, whatever, so we all feel connected still, because none of us are by each other. None of us. There's 7. So we do that. And then, I know people are on different time zones and all that jazz. But yeah, so I mostly do that kind of stuff in there. And then we also do a product of the week. So every week, one of the directors does a quick Facebook Live in the organization page. Uh-huh. So it's usually about like upcoming specials or higher end products, detailed information, and they basically introduce themselves and then they share about a product, and we kind of talk about what products, what's going to work well. So I do like the schedule in there, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a whole bunch. I mean, I guess I should look and see exactly. Maybe I should look and tell you what else might be in there to share. But it's not like I do a bunch of posts in there, just for the fact that I know there's so many groups and all that stuff. So I don't know. Can you see it at all? Probably not.
Yeah, not real well, but
like their little pictures are up there, and it says, all that stuff. Oh, and then I also do for recognition. Again, I'm doing a lot probably, but so whoever is a green director team, they go into a $50 giveaway. Like it could be product or it could be gift card. And if all of us are green, it's going to be $100. So I went live in there and did the giveaway this morning for who was green for last month.
Oh, cool.
And then kind of just like encouragement stuff. Oh, and then I also, every Tuesday morning, I put up everybody's numbers. So they could see.
Their team numbers?
Huh?
Their team numbers?
Yeah, for the director. Yeah, so I actually just screenshot in Consultant Connection. So all of them are in there. Because I know some people do whiteboards and stuff like that. I'm just trying to keep it simple. All the numbers are there. I know they're not updated to the second, but they get the gist, you know, so they could see. So that kind of makes them like, ooh, I don't want like my numbers to be red, you know.
Right.
So I put that in there also.
Okay.
That's about it. I get, you know, a couple little bit of training stuff to help their team, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. What about you, Maria? What do you do for director groups or contact?
We have our own director group, and then we Zoom with a guest speaker once every 6 to 8 weeks.
Huh.
And then,
Good idea.
yeah, who did I? Oh, I had Sharon Zellen, the last one, and now Charlotte Nagai is going to be in June.
Cool.
And then in the group, that's where I put like leadership quotes, a lot of that logistical stuff like Yvonne was talking about, but then also if I ever do anything like with my personal team or any post that I think is wonderful on my personal team, I'll do a screenshot and then I'll just put idea alert, you know, so I'm giving them ideas on what to do with their personal teams for whatever, you know, I'll say, hey, here's an idea, you might want to blah, blah, blah. So, or like tip and clarification, you know, just leader type reminder habits.
Mm-hmm.
Like the, not too long ago, I took a screenshot of the in-consultant connection, you know, the take action. And I have a couple directors who don't clear their take action, and it just drives me batty. So I'll just take a screenshot without names, and I'll just remind people of the great tools that home office provides. And so it's kind of a little mix of everything, but I don't post in there. I do a quote every day, and then maybe 1 or 2 other posts every week, but it's not as much as in the organization or in the personal team one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important because then you can just talk at a different level. And the mistake I have made in the past is that when I promoted powerful directors, I've kind of, I've kind of like, okay, good job, you know, I see them as more than capable because they're so successful in their other careers or whatever. And I have neglected to continue leading them as a director or an upper level director. So I'm trying to get better at is supporting them to be a better leader, basically.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I'm just processing, sorry. So with mine, I don't.
Because I think I made the mistake of assuming that, okay, they're a director and, you know, whatever reason, you know, like I'm adamant about, you know, I don't want to do a lot of connecting with my personal team those last 10 or 15 days of the month. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way, but not talking about sales unless I know that that person has a goal, but it makes me cringe when I have a director who I had a director, this is no joke. She did not get paid as a director last night, and she got on her personal group at 8 o'clock last night and did a Facebook Live encouraging everybody to submit their sales to be active. I'm like, oh, that's just ugly to me. You know, so I can't assume that they know what's right or wrong. So.
Yep. Isn't that the truth?
And so I don't call out people by name, but I just think that that's an important place for us for that leadership type of training, you know, or
Where expectations can be set without saying,
yes.
You need to do this.
Yes. And so even when, okay, like that.
Take them down as soon as they lose their title, do you remove them from the group?
No. Oh, let me think. What's been?
I always struggle with that. Like,
Me too.
I know we need to, but man, I
think the last one.
Go get it back.
I think the last one I gave it a couple months, but then you know if her heart's in it to go back at it or not. But, and I don't make a big deal out of it. I just remove her, and all of a sudden she's not seeing the post. But
Okay. So I haven't done a Facebook group up to this point. I've always done I have a Facebook Messenger chat that we have going, and I also have a group text. Because I just feel like there's so many groups out there, but now that my director team is getting larger, I'm wondering if I should go back and do that. But right now what I do is I have a group messenger that we chat about, and we have discussions or, you know, help needed for meetings, things like that. And we just chat, or just, even if it's just random questions. So that there's always that communication going on. And then I also have a group text as well for that same idea. So that's what I've been doing.
To me, that whole story with like too many groups, here's my thought on that. As a leader, I think it's my responsibility to teach my team, consultants or directors about notifications. I mean, there's people, you know, that still get notifications in their emails for there's a way to control that, you know, so it's like, or to put certain groups in as your favorites. So I take that as a training opportunity to go, here's the 5 groups that you're going to want to put in your favorites. And, you know, these other ones down here, you know, about the rock crock and ice cream, those are all fabulous. But I would advise you, if you're anything like me, let me teach you how to change those notifications. So you won't always be getting bombarded. But then when you want some rock crock recipes, you know you're in that group, and then you can go over there and you can see everything, blah, blah, blah. So it's my job to, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I just really struggle with it. Just me personally, I just feel like there's just so many flipping groups, and I'm like, I have to go and try.
But do you control that way? I mean, do you have your notifications?
So I have a question for you guys. Have you noticed with Facebook, I've noticed probably in the last like 2 months, I used to get notifications on my team page for every single thing on my team page because I wanted it that way so that I could keep track. But all of a sudden those stopped. I'm not getting notifications, and I haven't changed any of the settings. I even went back in the settings and it says notify. I know they're not going to a different like folder in my email. Like, have you guys noticed anything different in the last couple months?
Not with that in particular. I haven't.
No.
I just swear, I feel like every time I turn around, Facebook is like changing something or doing something different, and I like swear I'm not doing anything different, but I'm not getting notifications, which is why I tagged all you guys in the post yesterday for the meeting, because I know Charlotte mentioned the other month too that she wasn't seeing all the notifications either, and I didn't see, like Jody posted something the other day about team sales, and I didn't even see it till I logged into the group last night. So I just feel like I'm missing stuff lately.
You get notifications on your email, you said, or you're just talking about Facebook notifications?
No, my email. I have it sent to my email because that's where I spend the most time.
I see.
Are you still getting it as a red dot on when you do go to Facebook? Did you have a notification there?
I don't recall, to be honest. I'll have to go and look. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of losing track on that, which is why I'm probably hesitant to do a group. So, but I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
What?
Because now that I changed that, now I think I did get the notification.
Well, I think they did make some changes in the last maybe month or 2 months. Like I know for sure on parties, the notification setting is not, I haven't asked my guests to do this yet. I'm trying to figure out how to manage this, but they don't automatically get all notifications. There's a place that they can go that changes to get all notifications. So I know that did change in the last couple of months, so that might be what's affecting.
I have a picture that shows them how to change their notifications, and that's one of my what I call post for host, and the host so that they see it because they're friends with her. The host posts that picture and tells them, well, make sure you change your notifications so that you get if you want to, know all the information for this party.
Right. So do you think, have you noticed that has helped? Do you think people are like,
definitely,
oh, yeah, I totally want the notification. Yes. Or do you think they're like, eh?
Yeah. No, one lady's like, oh, wow, no wonder why I wasn't getting the notifications before. Yeah, people totally say that. There's a bunch of tricks to doing all that, like I also have the host message from the event, one message, but then it goes separately, like stuff like that. They're like, oh, I didn't even see your invite.
Yeah.
you know.
They're taking that away though. On, I'd say half of my last parties, I didn't have that feature.
Really?
And I'm trying to figure it out. So if you notice on your parties, I'm keeping track of like, you know, okay, there's 17 going and this many invited or whatever, and I still have it. I'm trying to like see where the point is that it goes away, and I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, mine don't start till next Friday. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any current ones right now, so I can't look. But yeah, there's lots of tricks to that stuff. I'm telling you know.
And then it starts changing.
Yeah.
I thought I had it all figured out, and it just changed.
Yeah, and they usually make sure that they invite in batches throughout the day, because Facebook won't show their invite. They can't. I tell them do 75 at a time. They can't invite more than 500. Facebook won't show their invite. There's a bunch of tips to it for sure.
I think it's down to more like 300 now.
Is it? Well, did you guys see that new thing? It's called myonlineparty.com.
No.
I scanned it, but I didn't research it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, this man and his wife started it because she's in direct sales, and she got in Facebook jail a couple times, and I guess her husband's like some IT guy, and he created this whole thing for her. So it's like, I think it's like $5 a month or something, but basically everyone just logs into there with this code, and then you run your party instead of Facebook.
Interesting.
So it's a website or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can go live, you can do everything. Because I always do a live recipe demo on my Facebook parties. And so, yeah, you could totally go live in them and everything.
Oh.
So it's kind of interesting. I'm really interested. I kind of want to try it. I would kind of try it maybe with my own guests or friends or family or something for the first time and see.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
So it's just like a website that you use? So they don't have to download an app or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get them over there? Is it just their emails?
Well, basically, you would just have the host invite them all and put that link in there with their code into the party.
Invite them through Facebook?
You can invite them anyway. She can invite them anyway. They just have to.
Because you have a link.
Mm-hmm. She could text them. She could message them. You know, she can do anyway. Anyway, and then so it's also good for people who don't have Facebook. So people want to join the party sometimes, but they don't have Facebook. They can't see me. They can't see you.
Well, they can just click on the link in their text message, for that matter.
You mean now or with that? With the
No,
other?
with that.
Yeah, with the other way, they don't have to be on Facebook. They can just click. They can click right there. So
But
I
they
don't.
have to go to it. That's my concern.
What?
They're going to go to Facebook because they can't imagine breathing without going to Facebook.
I know.
But they have to like, oh, I should check into that party today. They'd have to go.
I hear you. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's a really new thing. I asked Charlotte about it.
Good idea.
So we'll see. If I try to let you ladies know.
All right, guys, I'm going to be transparent. And so all three of you, today's June 1st, and I just want, are you still 8 cooking shows a month? I mean, are you still, when you think of Excellence Awards, what would you tell me to get back on the saddle? Have you blended where you're virtual and cooking, or are you still 8? Genevieve, I know you're always out and about, so is it truly 10 plus live shows no matter what?
Well, so for me, I'm having a really hard time getting on the virtual bandwagon, and Hannah's been helping me. She was really sweet. I met with somebody else. Like I do maybe 1 or 2 virtual parties a month, but I'm not doing the, like some people are setting up 6 to 8 at a time, or they have like a really good system they use. I'm not.
But you don't need to, is my awesome point.
Yeah, and so I don't need it for my business. I wish I could get a better hang of it, because I think it would be better to be able to train my team with that. But I'm very much a relationship person, and so my live cooking shows is where it's at. So I do 6 to 8 live cooking shows a month, and a couple catalog and virtual parties like sprinkled in between. I do a lot of live vendor events. That's a big thing for me.
And you sell at those?
What?
You sell at those?
Yes, I do. I sell, I book, I recruit. I just did one over Memorial Day weekend. I did the wine festival. And I booked 6 new shows. I have 2 new recruit leads, and I sold a lot. So I'm very much, a face-to-face kind of person. So, and to me, that's also where I book more shows than I recruit. I had no live shows the first 2 weeks in May because I was traveling. I did that fundraiser in DC, for breast cancer that I did the walk. And then I did, and then I went to Mexico. So my first live show wasn't until like the 17th. And I was freaking out because June, I only had 4 shows on my calendar. And I was like, what the flip? And I realized it's because I wasn't doing live shows. So I came back and I did 3 live shows that first weekend. And I booked 8 more shows and signed another recruit. So I know once I get in front of people, I'm okay. And so that's just where I'm comfortable and where I know I can shine. So yeah, I 6 to 8 live cooking shows. And then I usually have some catalog shows or virtual shows sprinkled in between, but that's what I do, and I do it well. So
What about the other 2?
What was that?
What about the other 2, Yvonne and?
Well, I think, like Genevieve just said, that's what she does well. That's what she does, and she does it well. So that's what you stick to, because that's what's working for you. I'm not in my groove right now, man. I'm out of my groove with my show schedule. But thinking about it right now, as you ask, through the lead program, that 8 show minimum, that 8 will make you great thing, I think was really true. But I think that was no matter what, because I really switched over to virtual shows through that time period. So I was making those 8 shows happen, oftentimes only in virtual parties. Sometimes I'd be doing a live party still. So I feel like it can work no matter what, but the 8 is important. So maybe to have that goal. Yeah, it's just doing what works for you.
Yep, I agree. Well, and if you can recruit and book more shows and virtual parties, then, I mean, it's the same idea. You've got to, you're not going to book more parties and, and recruit people if you're not doing shows, whether virtual or, otherwise.
Right.
It's where you make your contacts and where you do your best. But you've got to have the show.
What you enjoy, I think. I said, and what you enjoy also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, ladies. Through leads, it was 8 and 2. And I only got on Facebook, you guys, a few years ago. I'm not even like all Facebook savvy, but I just learned how to do it, and I was kind of forced to because I moved and I didn't know anybody. So I was still wanting to hit my 8 and everything. So so I still love to do cooking parties, but sometimes I feel like it's really hard to get people there. And I think it kind of just depends where you live, and it just depends on a lot of different things. So I started doing way more virtual parties, and I get a ton of bookings, I get a ton of sales, I get a ton of recruits. Like my last
That's awesome.
12 recruits have been from virtual parties, and they're
I'm jealous.
no, literally, like, it's crazy. Like, I can't even believe it. It's like weird to me, like, because I never did
anyone on a virtual party. I'm just.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I could show you guys. I could count it and show you. Yep, virtual, like so many virtual, So to me right now, honestly, I'm only doing maybe like 4 cooking parties, and I'm doing like 10 virtual, something like that.
That's
so
awesome.
So it's I wasn't like that before. I never did that. I'm old school. I've been Pampered Chefman for 18 years. We didn't even know what the heck Facebook or virtual parties was. So it's weird to do it. But once, like Genevieve was saying, once you get in the swing of it, and definitely you have to, so if you're mostly recruiting people who are doing live cooking shows, it doesn't really matter. But there is a big market there for virtual only consultants. So I had to learn it, I had to learn it to be able to teach them. And just because I saw my own business growing from that, it's like, why wouldn't I keep doing it? This is the best year I've ever had. Never promoted this many people, never recruited this many people, never did this much in sales. I mean, I probably did.
And is the year you moved or the year after you moved, or?
I moved 9 months ago. And this is the first time I've ever even got multiple categories for excellence.
How long have you been with the business?
18 years.
Jeez, way to go, lady.
So literally, like, honestly, virtual, like, it was totally weird to me at first, but now that I do it and now I'm in a sync and everything like that, it's like, you know, like my last 2 virtual parties, one closed out 1,500, one closed out 1,000. So it's like, you know, it's there. So a lot of times my virtual parties are better than my cooking parties. Because where I live, it's a lot of retired people, you know, and so they don't necessarily buy a lot. Like, they're more like gift giving, or, oh, we have a bunch of stuff, blah blah. You know what I mean? Whatever. So it's kind of been harder to build my cooking show business here. Although I'm trying, because I love cooking parties too. I'm like you, Genevieve. It freaks me out. Like, I want to be with people, and I like the interaction, like, and all that. But you know, really and truly, even with Facebook, you really do get connections, and you talk to your host before, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like on there sometimes late at night or whatever, you know, and talking to people back and forth, and you still have the connection. It's just different. It's just different. Sometimes I sign people and then I like do a Zoom call, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, they don't look anything like their profile pic. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, that's Sandy. What the heck? You know, I'm like, that's what it really looks like, you know? So it's kind of funny, you know, because you never meet your new consultants. It's crazy, you know? Okay. That totally freaked me out, Genevieve.
Sorry, my dogs, they just butt their heads in. Like, somebody locked us out. Oh, that's so sad. They locked you out of the study. Sorry.
So, I don't know. So yeah, I'm with you guys. 8 makes you great. It doesn't matter what it is. So you just have to do what you feel comfortable with, and what, like you said, what you are good at. You know.
You've got to get the shows back on your calendar, Maria, or virtual or cooking shows, because, I mean, once you do, you're going to recruit and, you know, and get all the other excellence awards you want, you know, but you got to have the shows on your calendar first.
Every show I have is very good. Live shows, I'm not a master at virtual by any means, but every show I have is very good, and I recruit. To get back in, so.
Partner with your host. Give her incentive. Like, because I moved here.
What happens though when you sign the host? I can just give you a bazillion excuses.
That's happened.
But I feel that's where I battle. Is I don't have enough shows like 2 months back to back. And so the shows I have, and then you recruit the host, and then so it's this vicious cycle that.
It'll catch up though. It'll catch up.
But I have to be intentional to pick it, so.
It's summertime.
What's that?
Maybe you can do some vendor events like Genevieve does, because those do often generate bookings. So I don't know what your area.
Well, I have one tomorrow actually that I'm pumped about, so we'll see.
And that should put you in different groups too, different circles. So like losing one host.
You know, one of the things too that I always do at vendor events, I'll tell you how I book so many shows, is that I always have a signing promotion when they, so I have, what I usually do, oh here, I have one right here. I just did them. So I always have a special, I can send it to you in email. But it's a promotion. So this one was the large white round stone. And when they sign up, and so then on the other side, I have my open show dates. And so I tell them, you know, if you choose one of my open show dates today and you sign up for one of those shows, then at your show, you'll get an extra bonus gift. And that's in addition to the free products and the half price products and all that. And so I really pump that up because I want their information. Because so many times they're like, yeah, I want to do a show. And then you're like, great, give me your number and I'll get in touch with you or I'll call you. And then you never hear from them again. But for some reason, when you have a show date, it just works better. So I make them choose a show date. I get their name. And this is the other thing, name, email, address, and phone number. I get all that information because if you only have one way to contact them and for some reason they're not great at calling or texting or emailing, you have multiple ways. And then I'm calling to confirm a show. I'm not calling to book a show. Right. So it's a totally different conversation when you have that. And I always keep that carrot dangled in front of them. So, you know, hey, Maria, I'm so excited about that show we scheduled on June 17th. I'm going to put a packet in the mail. Just wanted to confirm how many invitations you wanted me to print. And I'm so excited that you're going to get that large white stone with handles as a bonus item for keeping that show date on June 17th. Thank you so much for booking, blah, 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 blah. And so it's a totally different conversation, but that incentive for getting them to pick a date and book. And I always tell them, look, I'm totally flexible. If we do need to change it, like I'll still honor the free gift, because then they're not so afraid to pick a date and give me their information.
Mhm.
Right.
But it's a great conversation at a vendor event, instead of like, do you want to book a party? Okay, let me get your information, and then I'll call you and we'll find a date. And like, it's just it's just way more professional, way more organized, and it's got structure to it. And you'll just, I mean, I still have people, cancel on those shows, but I have a much better, rate of them keeping it when they know they have a bonus gift and I've got all their information.
Well, you probably have a better rate of getting a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the other thing. When I can show them this and I say, here are my open show dates, which one would you like? They can narrow it down because they look at it and they go, well, I definitely want a Friday night. So it looks like you only have 2 Friday nights left. And then I even put like I keep a red marker with me and I put a line through it and say booked. So that way now creates more urgency, because as my vendor event goes on, there's less and less dates available. So, and it just helps narrow it down, rather than you open your calendar, I'll open my calendar, let's try and find a date. Like, it's like, these are my 8 dates that I'm offering for this bonus. Like, which one do you want? And of course, if they tell me like, none of those will work, do you have XYZ date? If I have it, I'm going to give it to them and honor it. But it just helps, again, you just want to move that conversation so it's not this, especially at a wine festival, everybody's drunk and stupid and like, it's like, I just make it easy as possible. I'm like, here are my dates. This is what I've got. Let's do this. So.
Thank you. Perfect.
Sure.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
What?
I said it's nothing new, just the basics, right?
It is, but sometimes it's just nice to
Be reminded.
I can send.
I used to do something like that, Genevieve, for years, and I called it the open date card. And it's the same concept, and I just let them go down. I have to print some and get them.
I can send the document to you, and you can just update it with your open show dates and whatever gift you want.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I change the gift depending on like how desperate I am for shows. So I think, and I also do it based on the season. So like I did the popcorn maker for my last few vendor events because the popcorn maker was so hot and everybody was so excited. At the wine festival I did the wine opener just because it went with the theme. I did the Whitestone in the fall for the holiday season because I really wanted to bump up my sales and stuff before the end of the year. So, do whatever works for you.
So I've seen people put free ice cream maker, and I know what they're doing. They're, getting it at 60% off. So what is that, $30?
32, yeah.
For June. Ethically, is that right though, then? Because you're taking their 60% off item.
I don't do that.
Right?
I do it as I tell them this is an addition to all the other stuff.
Yes. That would be like muddy the waters, I think.
Well, and that way, most of the time, right, we know we're going to get that unlimited 20 to 30% discount.
Right.
So pick a gift that that you can afford at 30% off, not 60% off.
Well, and then you get commission back on it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So usually what it ends up being is whatever I get, I know I'm paying about half of it.
Yes.
So. And the other thing I do is I make sure, like I've seen other people do it where they have to have a minimum of like a $500 show or a $300 show or something. I don't do that because, again, I think you have to keep it as simple and as easy as possible. And when you start saying, you'll get this if you do a party on these dates, and it has to be at least a $500 party, and then, like I think you lose them. And
you know that if you can get the date set and you can kick into host coaching mode,
that's the thing. I know my party average, and I know what I'm going to get. Yes. And so I'm going to get bookings from it. I'm going to get recruit leads from it. I'm going to rock the party. So, I don't get too stressed. Now, have I given out products where I do have a $300 party? Yeah, but that's not the norm.
So maybe you book something big from it. If you
so don't stress too much about that, in my opinion. So. Mm-hmm. So, all right, what else?
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, so next month, I don't know, if anyone wants to take over the meeting, but I'm traveling again the first week because that's the holiday weekend. So I don't know if everyone else is traveling because it is a holiday weekend, but do we want to change the date? Do we want to just skip it and talk online? Does somebody want to run it for me? Like, what would you like to do?
I will not be available July 6th.
I haven't even looked at the calendar.
So I say reschedule it or chat in the group.
Because it's our last one, because then it's conference. So that was our last, because we only had a requirement for 6 of these, or yeah, 6 of these. So this is number 5.
Well, since we're so early, I mean, I guess we could do the 29th of June, but I say that, but I don't think I'd be able to make that one either. We're going to be traveling. So
The 13th, if you guys want, right?
My personal mood is to just chat online, just because I'm going to be, I know the summers are crazy for people and getting ready for conference and trying to, I don't know. It's just going to be a crazy summer for me. So that's my personal vote, but I'm fine rescheduling.
Can we set our alarms to maybe post something that first week of July to, that instigates a conversation?
Yeah, I'm good with any of that, but if you guys want me to participate, tag me, because like I said, I don't know what's going on with my notifications, and I just don't want to, I don't want to let you guys down. So if you need me, tag me in it, but I think, yeah, let's start conversations. Let's tag people. Let's keep the conversations going. I think that would be great. But we're just not getting a huge turnout on these, and I mean, half the people that are supposed to be on here aren't, and so I don't know how last month was because it wasn't recorded. Do you guys know how many people were on?
I think it was
3 or 4? 3?
I think it was Maria and Emma and I, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I missed it. I was trying to think of what happened last month, and I missed it. That's why I can't remember what we talked about.
Well, and Anna sent me the note saying she forgot to record it. She felt bad, but so I didn't get to see it. But so yeah, let's just plan on talking online, and let's tag people and keep the conversation going, because I know we're all going to be busy this summer, but it's a great resource, and I don't want to lose you guys. So
Yeah.
I appreciate all your fun. I always write a bunch of stuff down.
Yeah.
Always.
Thank you.
I'm always looking down. I'm writing.
All right. Well, I'll go post that booking sheet that I use, so you guys can use it if you want.
Yeah.
For vendor events, and then if anyone else wants to post things or something. Oh, Anna just posted that she has coaching calls today. So okay. So yeah. So the call's recorded. I'll post it online, and then we'll just keep the conversation going. So
Perfect.
all right.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Bye.
Yes, you as well.